welcome to my long anticipated wrap with me this year. I am so excited to film this. Last year I did this and it was just so much fun. The time went by really, really fast. And so my one from last year is actually doing so good this year, and that actually makes it even more fun that people are still watching it this year. So grab your gifts, grab your wrapping paper, grab you a drink, and come wrap with me while I answer some of y'all's questions. So I got quite a few questions. I got quite a few questions from a couple of people, which is fine. I kind of put it out late notice, so I wasn't sure how much response I was going to get, but I did get quite a few questions. So I probably shouldn't ramble too long at this intro. Let's just get to wrapping. So it was so hard for me to get all this set up, way longer than I anticipated. Because so many of my family and friends watch my videos now. And so I had to make sure I was wrapping stuff that it was the younger ones and it wouldn't really spoil anything or whatever. So anyways, I have a good pile of presents over here for a lot of my family that I'm going to get into. So one thing, I have my wrapping paper here. I've kind of got it hidden, but this is my wrapping paper bin. This is not even all of it. I have several rolls that aren't even opened yet. There's several rolls that aren't even opened yet in here too. But I kind of love wrapping paper, and so I buy a lot of it, but I am convincing myself I have to use this up before I open my new rolls. So, or at least several of them before I open my new rolls. So I guess let's just dive right in. So the first gift I'm gonna wrap is for my niece. There's a lot of pink right here. When it came to her stuff, she got so many more items, but price-wise, I actually spent less on her than the boys because most of her stuff I found on clearance. Literally everything but these were on clearance, and these were at the Dollar Tree. So anyways, I'm going to peel these clearance stickers off while I get started with my first question. So my first question is, do you have a Disney trip planned? I'm excited to just jump right into that one. Sadly, no. I don't. I have a Disney trip dreamed right now. Whether or not it's going to happen, I don't know. We will see. But planned, no, I don't. Okay, yes, I always have one plan. There's always one in my head. It's just whether financially or just life it works out or not. So official, no. Dreamed, yes, for sure. Planned in my brain, yes. So whether or not it happens, I don't know. Well, to be determined, and I will let you guys know. You'll be the first to know, other than Scotty. He's in the other room. He's here and he's listening to me. He's watching football. Anyways, and then the next one from the same person was, have you ever been to Disneyland? If not, would you consider it? Have not been. Consider, absolutely. I would love to go where Walt has been. So aside from just being a Disney lover, oh, by the way, my new shirt, do you guys like it? If you watched yesterday's vlog, you will have seen it. I got it in Branson yesterday, or Monday. Monday's vlog. What is today? I don't even know. Today's Wednesday. So yeah, Monday's vlog. I got it in Branson. I love it. It is actually, I don't love it as much as I want it to. Let's go back. It's kind of ill-fitting. It's a large. It's a women's large, which I normally wear a women's extra large because clothing companies are stupid and they think that extra large women are, built weird. I don't know. So anyways, the shoulders are way down here. The neck is kind of wonky and stuff. So anyway, it's fine. I love the image. That's what matters. Moving on. I am a Disney lover of, the characters, the movies, but I love the history of Disney. So I listened to a podcast called Connecting with Walt, and it's about Walt Disney's life and just all the connections with him. So in the parks, with the rides, it goes all the way back to 1923. Actually, it goes way further than that. It goes to when he was born and talks about him in the military and how he got in there. And that was really all very interesting. I love history anyways. But I don't know. When I worked at Junk, I could just listen to podcasts and just not even, skip a beat at work. It was just pretty mindless to just be able to listen to it and be able to work at the same time. And so I haven't listened to it in quite a while, but I really, really enjoyed that podcast. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. If I want to find a box to put all this in, or just like wrap them and stick them all on one gift and tie a ribbon around it. My mom used to do stuff like that. I'm going to do it. Everybody's always like, Lila's so spoiled. She's not the only girl. Riley's a girl also in the family, but Lila's the baby girl. So anyways, what was I even saying? Oh, connecting with Walt. So all the history of Disney, and then of course Disneyland is a huge part of the history because that's where the theme parks began. And he was sitting at a park just down the way from where Disney is built, and watching his girls on the carousel and thinking he wished there was a place for adults and children to come together with their kids and have a good time, So that's where Disneyland came into being, and Walt was there. He built it. He walked the streets and all of that. So Disney World, he purchased the land and of course was involved in the beginning of it, but it was more Roy's project than Walt's. So anyway, Walt envisioned it, but Roy saw it through. So yes, long story long, as usual. Yes, I would love to go to Disneyland one of these days. I just don't know when or if, or there's nothing planned for that, certainly. So anyway, that answers that question. I hope that answered your question. Okay, and then next question is top 3 goals for 2022. I had to write these down because it took me a minute to actually think about these. So I cheated. I didn't do top 3. I actually did top 6 because I broke it down by YouTube and by personal goals. So I'll do my YouTube goals first. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers in 2022. I honestly think it's very possible. I went from less than 100 to over 300 this year. And I realize that's quite a bit bigger from 316 to 1,000 in a year. But I have some, I don't know. I'm excited about where it's come in a short amount of time, and I think I can get there. So why is 1,000 significant? Because that's when you get monetization. It'll literally be pennies for a very long time. You hear about these YouTubers making millions and stuff, and you can, but the general everyday person that does that, you don't make very much. We have a friend that is over 1,000 subscribers and stuff, and you don't make much money on YouTube. So anyways, it's definitely not a means to an end as far as employment goes or anything. But it would be fun to get to that point and just see what it does. Hitting 1,000 subscribers is just fun, I guess. Next goal is continue to consistently upload videos. That's definitely when I saw my subscriptions take a positive turn, when I just really started getting consistent. And I had heard that. I watch a lot of, just YouTube strategy, content creator, tips for content creators and stuff like that, videos. And that's one thing they say, you have to be consistent. Like, you have to upload all the time and stuff like that. So once I started becoming more consistent in my uploads, I saw my viewership go up and my subscriptions go up. So continue to be consistent is a very big thing. I did get off during the summer, and that was a new job. That was busy life and camp and stuff. But I think I have some plans, and I don't want to get into all of it yet. I am going to have a 2020 goals video, 2022 goals video. I do have a 2020 goals and a 2021 goals. I will be doing a 2022 goals video probably mid-January, so that will be coming out. That I will get more specific into all of these things, but here's your precursor to that. And then third is get better at social media. Y'all, I'm horrible at it. I'm a Facebook stalker. Sorry. I go on and see what everyone's doing, and I like some statuses sometimes, like click the little button. But for the most, I just look at people's statuses and you know, laugh to myself or, oh, that's so sweet or whatever. But I'm not involved, and I need to be more interactive with people. And that's both. That's personal and business wise, if you will, for YouTube. Because social media marketing is really big. So if I want to grow, I really need to grow my social media platform. In addition to my YouTube platform. So get better at social media. Oh, my wrapping paper fell off too. And then, that's it. That was three YouTube goals. And then my 3 personal goals is to just get healthier. I looked back recently at my first Disney trip videos, and that is the best shape and healthiest I have been. And that was in 2017 in a long time, since like pre-marriage and all that. So, that's kind of my goal. And I was probably 165, 170 then. My ultimate goal all around is like 155, which is where I was like pre-marriage and everything. So I want to get healthier. I know that's pretty cliche. That's what everybody says and, you know, whatever, but it's true. I really do. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't have any plans for that yet, but that is definitely a personal goal. Not about just losing weight, but like just sleeping better, feeling better, having more energy, all that kind of stuff. And I know that when I was at that lighter weight, I felt better. I slept better. I had more energy. So I don't hate my weight right now. I've talked about that earlier this year. But I know that I feel better when I'm lighter. So that's that. That's it for that. Number 2, decide on my career path. I did not know, and I'm going to step all over like a later question a little bit with this. Did not know how much I was going to love teaching. My desires for working at the school were very selfish. I wanted more family time. I wanted to be with my kids more when they were off. I'm off. Less stress, you know, all of those things. But now that I am there, I am absolutely in love with it. And I want to decide my career path. And my boss, in my Christmas card that she wrote me, said, in the spring, we're going to start working on you becoming a teacher. So when I got hired, that was one of the questions she asked me. Do you have any interest in becoming a teacher? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, this is just, you know, kind of said the same types of things. I'm just trying to get more family time and stuff like that. Let me get my wrapping paper. And I said, I think I just need to do this for a little while. And then a couple months later, someone else asked me, and I'm like, you know, I can see myself doing this for a while. I really enjoy it. I really like it. I think I want to do this for a while. And I don't know. I mean, I'm still in that boat for sure. I really like what I'm doing. I probably don't love the repetitiveness as much because I do 6 classes. So that's saying and doing the same thing 6 different times throughout the day. Whereas if I were with just a class, you know, and had the same 26 students all day instead of 26 students throughout the course of the day, I would be doing 6 different things, like 6 different subjects, if you will. So hope that makes sense. That was kind of wordy to say, but so the repetitiveness, you know, yeah, that could get probably pretty boring, but what I'm doing, I am enjoying immensely. Like working with these kids that are kind of struggling in something and helping them get up to where they need to be. And that really leads into kind of the next question, like favorite classroom memory so far. So just kind of lead into that one really quick, but just seeing these kids like light up and learn, and like at the end of the semester I have 3 students that aren't coming back, and that's really, really sad, but at the same time it's like that's exciting and that's awesome because that means that their test scores are up so high that they don't need me anymore. So I'll still see them every day in the hallway and everything. So it's not like, you know, they're going anywhere. I'll still see them, but they won't be in my classroom. But those are the things that are just awesome. Like, I love that so much, seeing them just improve and do better and want to read, whereas before it was like pulling teeth to get them to read, you know. So decide on a career path. That was the goal number 2. Gosh, I just am chasing rabbits all over the place. Decide on a career path, you know, within this year. Yeah, I probably should start figuring it out, because, you know, it's going to take, what, 2, 3, 4 years to get through college, which, one, financially, can't really afford that right now, because, you know, took a sizable pay cut. Talked about that when I took the job, but sizable pay cut to go there. But health and happiness wise, it's 100% worth it, you know. But affording college, as far as that goes, it's a little harder, you know, in the cards if we're going to make that work, because we were able to make this work with our current budget. Squeezing much else in is going to be hard. But what I'm saying is, that means I would be in my current job for like 3 years, and then, you know, by the time I have my degree, I might be ready for a change, instead of waiting till I'm ready for a change and then have to wait 3 more years to get my degree. So anyway, that's a goal in 2022, is decide on what I want to do. I always talk so much. I had a question. It wasn't really a question. It was just a message. Sky asked me, my friend Sky. She said, are you doing a live with your gift wrap thing? Because the way I did my last story, that's another reason I need to get better at social media. The stories, y'all, if you knew how long that took me to film that 15-second clip, you would die laughing, because it's ridiculous. Anyways, I'm like, I don't think I could do a live. I talk way too much, but I don't know. That could definitely be something we do next year. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. But it could be fun. But I just talk so much. Like, I've got not even like, I mean, I have more than one present wrap, but not for more than one kid. And I barely got any questions answered. And then my last goal, be more faithful in my Bible study. So we are in a Bible study right now, and it is Jesus the One and Only. It's one that I did pre-marriage. So when did I get married? 2005. So between 2000 and 2005 at some point. And it was really good. And so when we were looking for a new one, it's been, you know, 15 to 20 years since we did it. We're like, yeah, let's do this one again. Well, I have just gotten so far behind. I've been to every meeting, and I love that time that we can just get together and talk and stuff, but I haven't done my book work or anything. So not only just the physical Bible study of, you know, the Beth Moore, Jesus the One and Only, but just personal Bible study, being more faithful in that, and finding some kind of routine that works for me more than what I've been doing. So that's definitely a personal goal for 2022, is being more faithful in my Bible study. So, okay, favorite classroom memory. Okay, so I talked about the kids lighting up and stuff, but I actually do have another funny memory. And one of my students, so first of all, my nephew is a peer tutor in one of the classrooms on my hall. So I see him, you know, a couple times a week. I don't always see him, just depends on, you know, where I'm at and where he's at and stuff. And so he has scared the living daylights out of me more times than I can count so far. He'll hide in my room while I'm out, and I'll come back in and he'll scare me. And actually the other day he scared me and I wasn't even in, he just like walked up beside me in the hallway and scared me. But every time I scream, and the students think it's hilarious, you know, and so they've started to figure out I'm pretty jumpy. Like, I can get scared pretty easily, like startled, you know. I've said before, I don't watch scary movies. I'm like, I can scare myself well enough on my own. I don't need any help. So anyways, like I said, the students have started figuring out that I scare pretty easily. So I have like a 5-minute gap in between 2 of my classes, and I really had to go to the restroom. So if I'm not in my room, my students aren't supposed to be in my room. And so I left my door open, but I turned my light off because that's kind of a symbol like, okay, Miss Ivy's not in her room. And so I come back in and my hands are wet. I hate the hair dryers, not the hair dryers. I always say hair dryers. I hate the hand dryers in the bathrooms. And so I come back in my room. I'm right next door to the bathroom. You guys have heard the hand dryers in my vlogs. I come back in my room with my hands wet like a surgeon walking into surgery, you know, to get a paper towel that are right by my door. So I turn around and bend down to get a paper towel. And this student is standing right inside the door on the other side behind me. And all he says is, boo. And I screamed so loud. I had something, the paper towels in my hand, and I threw those. And he just laughed and laughed. And it just made my heart so happy. It was hilarious. And he did like legitimately scare me half to death. But the fact that he was so thrilled that he scared me was the sweetest thing. And I mean, I can't talk about any of my kids' actual lives or anything, but they all have real hard lives. And this particular one has a real hard life, or has had in the past. Thankfully, it's getting better. But to see him laugh and to open up like he has, I just have a genuine love for this kid. And he laughed so hard and was just so proud that he scared me. And that just made my day. And it was so funny. And it still cracks me up. And he's very witty, and he'll come up with little lines and stuff that they make me laugh. So anyway, so that was probably one of my favorite classroom memories. I don't know where my ribbon is. I think it's in Aiden's room. And I'm not supposed to go in there because he's got art presents all over the floor. So I'm going to have to ribbon that one together later. Okay, so next question. If money were no object or option, what would your dream vacation be? You guys are probably all expecting me to say Disney, and you'd probably kind of be right. But really, I would love to just see the world. To go to Australia. That's definitely a place I've always wanted to go. I know it's a place Scotty wants to go. Like New Zealand, those types of places, you know. Hawaii. Honestly, my dad really wants to go to the redwood forests. Pretty much anywhere I could take my family and my mom and dad. And even like Katie and Alston and the kids, which I know that would stress Alston out because the kids are still so young. But if it were an option, you know, we would definitely all go and do all of that. Did I even say where my dad wants to go? The redwood forest in California. So, you know, I would love to take them to go see other places as well. But I would also certainly love to go visit all the Disney parks in the world. Paris, Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong. I'm trying to think of all of them. That might be all of them. Disney World and Disneyland. I lost count in my head. I think that's all of them. Anyways, you know I would want to do that. Y'all know I would. But again, I would love to see so many places in the world. And as stupid as it sounds, and I know it's not real, but in Disney World, there's Epcot, and, you know, there's the different countries where, you know, there's real ambassadors from the countries that work there, and, you know, the food is probably semi-authentic and stuff. So kind of get a small taste of the world at Epcot's World Showcase, but of course it's not the same as actually going around the world and actually seeing and smelling and experiencing all these different things. But yeah, I would just love to travel and go and see and do as many things as I could. If money were not even an issue, then yeah, that's absolutely just to travel, go anywhere and everywhere that I could. Next, favorite holiday recipe. Hands down, earthquake ginger cookies. They're my favorite. I usually have made them once at least by now, but I decided to do caramel apple cookies for a second time instead of ginger cookies for my cookie exchange at work. And we're still eating on them, which I ain't sad about because I love those too. But those are a little bit more of a fall treat. But anyways, I love earthquake ginger cookies. I'm making them tomorrow, so they'll be in my Bake With Me tomorrow's vlog. So I gotta put a tag on that one or I'm gonna forget who it's for. Earthquake ginger cookies. Yep. And I'm trying real hard to make kolaches my favorite. I have not been successful yet on my 2 years of making them. This will be my 3rd year making them. Hope they turn out the best of all this year. We'll see. We'll see. I love kolaches, but so far I have not been successful in making them. So earthquake ginger cookies, favorite holiday recipe. So I'll share that with you. It's linked on my blog. My blog is sad and I have not given it any attention at all in months. But it's on there if you want to go find it. Something you wish you knew when you were younger. Took me a very long time to figure this one out. But this is the actual question I said I was going to step all over in my when I was doing my goals thing. I wish I knew how much I love teaching, because I would certainly would have pursued that. Is that the right? Pursued it much sooner. Yep. If I would have known in high school, straight out of school, how much I was going to love it, I would have pursued it so much sooner. So yeah, it took me a long time to think of that question, because I was thinking like trying to be all profound and, you know, things, if I knew then what I know now, whatever that saying is. I feel like I've always said that saying wrong. Wow, that's crooked. So I was trying to be so profound, and then I'm like, wait, yep, I just wish I knew better. I feel like ever since I was a kid, I have changed what I'm going to be when I grow up. I still, you know, even within the last couple of years, jokingly would say, which I meant it, but, you know, I still don't know what I'm going to be when I grow up. And I guess that's still true, I suppose, but I'm leaning a lot more towards teacher than I ever was or thought I would be. Like I said, I entered that job very selfishly and had no idea what it was going to turn into be. So that's definitely what I wish, is that I knew how much I would love teaching. Okay, next. Lost my spot. Would you ever cut your hair super short again? Guys, if you do not know me in my personal life, you don't know. There's a picture of us somewhere. I honestly am not sure where it's at. I think it was on top of the china cabinet and I moved the china cabinet. I wish I knew where it was at. Anyways, I'll insert a picture on the screen. Duh, digital, I can do that. I had real short hair and I absolutely loved it. There's different seasons in life and I still love it on me. I think it's super duper cute on me every time I see those pictures. No regrets at all. Would I like to? Not currently in this season of life, but maybe. I don't know. Scotty did not like it. I mean, it was fine. Like he didn't look at me every day and be like, oh, what'd you put your hair? What'd you put your hair? But he definitely prefers my hair long. But he also doesn't, and he's do whatever you want, you know, type of thing. So, my kids definitely prefer my hair long. They do not want me to cut it like that again. Every time they see those pictures, Riley's like complete cringe. She hated it. Of course, at the time, she did not hate it. She was a small child. She had no idea. But in that season of my life, I had a toddler and not an infant, I guess a toddler and a small child. And it was so easy and I loved it. And it was so cute. And I don't know. I really liked it and I liked how it looked on me. So would I ever? Yeah, probably. I would definitely consider it. But I also really like my long hair. I like being able to do multiple things with it. Whereas with my super short hair, there was nothing. I mean, it was the same thing every single day. So that's kind of, oh shoot, who was this for? Oh, Asher. ah, so yeah, it's possible, but probably not. So I do like my long hair. So there's that. Plan on any more tattoos? Yes. I plan on a lot of things in my life. Whether or not it'll ever actually happen, I don't know. I can't write and talk at the same time. I definitely do want more. To be honest, I always wanted one, and never could decide what I wanted permanently on my body. And just like, I always wanted an ivy leaf because, obvious reasons. My name is Ivy. And I could never even find a design of that I liked. And so I love stars, just a 5-point star. Our wedding was stars, like, loved stars. Never could find a simple star that I just loved and wanted on my body forever. And then I was 33 years old, and my best friend texted me one day. I was like, hey, you want to go get a tattoo? I'm like, yep, what do you want to get? She said, how about an anchor? I was like, great, let's do it. So indecisive, so fickle, couldn't decide on anything, knew I always wanted one, and then on a whim, we went and did it. So I have my little, can you even see it with shadows, my little anchor tattoo on my wrist. That is literally the only one I have. I want some Disney tattoos. I have a ton of them saved on my Pinterest board. I always, since I was a teenager, I worked at the grocery store. I spent probably a small percentage of my paycheck every week in the quarter machines. I know that's so silly. Who is this one for? But I would buy stuff in the quarter machines all the time. And one time I got this little lizard tattoo, like a little gecko. And I was always like, I'm going to get that on my big toe. Like, I want to get it on my big toe. I think Drew Barrymore had a tattoo on her big toe. And I just thought that was so cool, And so I was just, that's what I was going to do. And here's a fun fact about me. I really like my feet. I know that feet is very divisive things. But I really like my feet. I think it's weird, but I think I have very pretty feet. And so I didn't want to change the way my feet look by getting a tattoo on my feet because I like my feet. I like how they look in sandals and flip-flops. So if you see me in person, you're going to be staring at my feet and that's going to be real weird. But anyway, I do like my feet. So I never could actually get the tattoo on my foot. I promise this is going somewhere. So fast forward, 20 years or whatever, and Tangled comes out. Tangled is my favorite princess movie. It's a battle because Cinderella, I grew up with Cinderella. I could tell you every line in Cinderella. I love Cinderella Castle. I love Cinderella. She's beautiful. I love the mice. I love the sewing. My heart is tied there. But the year I was off of work, when Riley went to kindergarten and I stayed home with Aiden, we watched Rapunzel, Tangled, about 1,000 times. And I have so many fond memories of that time with my kids when that movie came out. And so, and it's just funny and it's quirky and it's cute and I just love it. The music is fantastic. So, combining my little toe lizard tattoo that I always wanted on my toe. I still have that tattoo, by the way, somewhere in a keepsake box. With my love for Tangled, I want to get a Pascal tattoo on the back of my ankle. Not my big toe. I still really like my feet, but on the back of my ankle. That's probably the next one I will get. Just for my own irony's sake of always wanting the lizard tattoo on my toe. And then, I don't know. It's just, again, I'm so fickle. And they cost money. And, it's one thing to dream about it and post them on my, Pinterest. And one of these days maybe, but until I just have expendable money that I can just go and spend on things, I probably won't. But there is a local tattoo artist in Cassville that does awesome Disney pieces. And he's booked like probably years out. So maybe if I book it now, by the time he has an opening, I'll have some money. So anyways, that's being silly. So yes, plan on always, kind of like my Disney trips, plan on things all the time, but actually happen. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, if you had 60 seconds to grab $100 worth of merchandise at Walmart, where are you going? Or what are you grabbing? That's what it says. So this one also took me a long time to think about. And again, seasons in life. I am certain there are seasons of life I would be grabbing stuff in a different area. But I was trying to think of like very concentrated areas. Because 60 seconds is not a very long time, you know. So like, what could I get $100 worth in a short amount of time? So of course we could do the hunting stuff. That one, you know, you get like one thing anyways for like $100. But seasons of life, I would go to the books and I would grab books for my students, for my classroom with $100. Was so graciously gifted so many books, hundreds of books. I had never even counted them and I wish I would have. From so many of you guys, from my loving friends and family. And there's still some that are like, I have books for you. I just haven't gotten them together yet. And that's awesome. And I appreciate that. And when you're ready, I'll take them. But a lot of, not a lot, a handful of them. And all my beloved Disney books that I brought from home and stuff. They're not testable, which means they can take what's called an AR test, accelerated reader test, and get points. And within their homeroom classes, they get rewards. So they can get an ice cream sundae. They can get a root beer float. They can get a goodie box, a trip to the goodie box, you know. And so once they hit these AR milestones, they get their little prizes. Well, if they read this book in my class that's no quiz, they don't get points. And they've read that book for quote unquote for nothing. My sister's calling. Hang on. All right. That was my sister calling. She was asking questions about my kids' gifts. Anyway, I really have no idea what I was just talking about. Oh, books for my kids. So I don't know exactly what I said, but the handful of books that I have that are not AR leveled, they can't test on. And so I would love to have all of my books AR leveled. But if I take those, I could just take those out. I need to just work on that after a semester. But anyways, books. That's what I would grab if I had 60 seconds and $100 at Walmart. I would grab books for my classroom. So, okay. And then the last question, what's my Sonic drink? Which is ironic because Aiden treated us to Sonic today. He asked while we were out and about, he's like, hey, if we're by Sonic during happy hour, can we stop? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just going to depend. I had a dentist appointment today and I had my last bit of shopping done, which I am finally done with Christmas shopping. I guarantee you there's going to be something I forgot that's going to like hit me at midnight tonight because my plan is to wrap as many of these as I can tonight. And so I'm sure I forgot something, but I am done. So anyways, Aiden was like, can we go to Sonic? And I'm like, oh, I guess, you know, if we have time. That's what I was saying. Well, then we get closer and I'm like, okay, we have time. We're going to go to Sonic. Well, he pulls out his wallet and I'm like, oh, are you treating? And he's like, yeah. So it was $4.90 for 3 Sonic drinks. So I got a large strawberry Sprite. That is my Sonic drink. So it's funny because last year I had what my 7 Brew or Starbucks drink was. This year I got what's my Sonic drink. So strawberry Sprite is my drink of choice at Sonic. Always, always, always. I love it so much. It's just Sprite with strawberries in it. Put this last tag on. Okay, so that is going to do it, guys. Goodness, I did not get very many presents wrapped. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5, 6, 7, 8 presents wrapped. That's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. That's the end of the questions. So I think that's going to be the end of this video. I really enjoyed answering all of these questions. Thank you guys so much for those of you that submitted. Chris and Jamie, I don't know if you are Chris or if you are Jamie, sorry. I'm not sure which one of you it is. But thank you so much for submitting your questions. Renee, thank you so much. So I really appreciate you guys submitting those questions. And I I love all of you, all my viewers. I just am so grateful for you and making this Vlogmas just so much fun so far. There is still more to come, so make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, if you are new to my channel, I didn't even introduce myself at the beginning. My name is Ivy and welcome. I am just so blown away by how many new people have come into my channel over the last couple of months. So anyways, thank you guys all so much for joining me. Make sure if you enjoyed this video, you give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below what you enjoyed. Are you guys gift wrap crazy like me? Do you have 1,000 rolls of wrapping paper? I just love it. It's so cute and so fun and whimsical. Or do you guys do like one kid and one paper, one kid and another paper, one kid? I use every one of these, as many as I can. I love all the different colors of wrapping paper under my Christmas tree. So what kind of wrapper are you? Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming along with me tonight. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.